and it's the hottest entertainment stories coming up right here, right now. This is Tea Time. Hello and welcome to the program. I'm Tokumbo Taiwo and I'm here with Elsie Godwin and Ife Oshunkeye. Hello, you two.
Hi.
Hi. Were you with these glasses this morning?
No, this is the first glasses.
Oh, okay.
He's
it
very
makes you look very
right
serious though, Elsie. You look like a lawyer, solicitor, banker.
I can be all that, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I have my glasses now? Thank you.
What a way to start the show, Elsie.
How are you doing now?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, let's talk about Tenny.
I like your nails.
Thank you.
Let's go on. Show them to the camera.
Oh, they've seen it.
They've seen it. Okay. All
Should
right.
we be talking about Tenny or Dangote?
What happened to Dangote? Oh, that he went to withdraw $10 million so that he'll feel like he has money. It's depressing. Let's talk about Let's talk about Tenny.
Very depressing.
Okay, so Tenny, apparently someone photoshopped her to look like Yokozuna, you know, and whoever did the job actually did a very good job because the person actually had to color the Yokozuna to be completely dark and then put Tenny's face on the body. And I was looking at the reactions and I was like, oh my days. And some of the things that people were saying, they were like, actually, that the whoever did it can see Tenny in 5 years' time, that if she carries on eating like the way she does now, that this is how she's going to be in 5 years' time. And I was like, whoa. Some people said that is just absolutely savage. But I don't know what you guys' views are on this. I thought it was absolutely hilarious because she actually posted it as well.
Took note of was the way she handled it.
Exactly. I thought she laughed about it. You know, she didn't take it seriously because technically speaking, Tenny's not that big.
Well,
you know, so I don't know. She's not that huge. So
Elsie,
do you think she? Elsie, do you think?
I just love the positive attitude she has towards the whole thing. I mean, she posted it herself.
Exactly.
And that's where I want to stop.
Okay, Ife, where do you want to stop there as well, or do you have something else you want to say?
I'm done.
You're done? Okay. All right, let's move on to our next story then. It's on Ice Prince, who wants small girls to stop taking shots of at Tiwa Savage. Okay, so I think this is coming off the back of the music challenge that has been going around with regards to
Victoria Kimani.
Kimani, yes.
Is that a new challenge, music challenge?
He doesn't want to use the F.
I'm just joking.
You know, he's trying to do the trick now.
That laugh now, something else. But okay, he calls himself one of Tiwa's bodyguard. That's nice. That's like a new career line and all that. It's not
career line.
I mean, we need to know him for something. We've not heard of him for a long time, and now video of him,
some savage
video of him going around.
Ice Prince has been in the news.
I don't need to listen before I hear of Tiwa.
No, well, Ice Prince has been in the news because he just dropped new music with
I'm still saying I don't need to listen hard before knowing about Tiwa.
Oops.
So that's just what I'm saying.
Some savagery
well,
there.
I get him standing up for her. It's commendable. But I still want us to touch on what they said. I mean, there is a rumor saying...
Sorry, Elsie, before you carry on, I just quickly want to say that I don't know. I think this is like trying to curry favor with Tiwa, but I don't know if Femi think I'm wrong.
Of course, he would think you're wrong.
No, okay.
But I think we should talk about the real reason, or what is allegedly the real reason Victoria is going after Tiwa, trying to say that she doesn't want other female artists to come close to her space, let's put it that way. And well, up front and personal, which is the organizers now that were accused, have come out to put out a statement to say, oh, this is not true, it never happened that way. But from the way the conversation has gone, it's a case of this already happened. I mean, you had Victoria, you had Tiwa, and I think there were 3 on the platform then. And then after the whole thing, Tiwa allegedly comes to say or tell someone, why would you put them on the same platform with me and all that. If that ever happened, I don't know, we don't have concrete evidence. I mean, they've come out to deny the allegation, but if it ever happened, then that is
And she has actually herself come out to apologize. Because she has come out to apologize.
So if someone is dragging you for that, then, well, maybe you deserve the dragging. That's if that really happened. That's I
think if it really happened, you know, then she wouldn't have apologized, because for the other part, she said she's apologizing for age shaming and slut shaming her. But for the other part, she has no apology. She's not apologizing. Oh, I thought she was referring to YC there for a moment. Okay, all right. That wasn't YC. Is that your understanding, or do you have a different?
Yeah, I believe that's my understanding, but I don't know if she, because when I saw the other parts, because before she came out to even apologize, it was later. I think she wasn't even the one that put out the issue of her not being of taking down other female artists when Tiwa is being built. It was Price that put it out there. It wasn't Victoria Kimani. It wasn't Shei Shei. It was Price. It was another female artist that came to say that. So I don't know the other parts Victoria Kimani was talking about.
But you know, Price and Kimani, I think they, or is it Price that used to work for, or she used to be under Chocolate City, and I think now Price is with Chocolate, sorry, Kimani is with Chocolate City.
Kimani has always been
with Chocolate City, yes.
Price.
So before, no. Price was always with Chocolate City from the get-go. Really? Yes, before she, yeah, I think they dropped her. So the issue that I'm having right now is I think Price had a talk with Victoria Kimani, and maybe that's where it all blew out of proportion. I'm just saying that it's the Chocolate City group and the Chocolate City gang.
First of all, I think it's just going to show that Tiwa is, if that is really happening and promoters are ready to take down other female artists just for a Tiwa Savage, that just shows how big a Tiwa Savage is.
Oops.
That's where I'm going to conclude.
Okay, and that's how we're concluding. Before we go on our first break, stay tuned for more entertainment stories right after this break. We'll be right back.
What we do not understand, we will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
The suspect equally confessed.
A 500 naira they collect them.
If you no talk, then go beat you.
Now 2,500 they pay.
Welcome back. You're watching Tea Time right here on PlusTVAfrica. Up next is the story on Adekunle Gold, who reacts to fraud allegations. Okay, so it's like this is also still on the back of the music challenge?
No.
No? Okay, it was just completely different, yeah? Okay, so what's her name now? Simi, apparently, you know what, maybe one of you guys should tell this story because I'm getting it all muffled in my brain.
Okay, so I'll say tell us.
Okay, I think she was doing a video live chat on Instagram, and I think she had some conversations that made someone say, "This same Yahoo guys you're bashing are the same people buying your CD," and then she goes on to say, "Oh, if that's the case, that they shouldn't buy her CD anymore," and that's the part that went viral because I didn't watch the Instagram live to know what she said before they got to that point, right? Yeah. So after that, I think of course, people reacted in some funny way, and then after about 2 hours, we saw another post of a supposed Yahoo guy or anybody trying to support Yahoo guy, I don't know. He broke a CD, one of Simi's CD, and then people were asking, if you're breaking the CD, you already bought it, she has the money, you probably even bought fake, so how do you think this will affect her? So while this whole conversation was going, I think MI jumped on it also to support her in a very diplomatic way, right? Okay. And then some people went after her husband, Adekunle Gold, to say,
how can she be bashing?
How can she be bashing? One other thing they mentioned was saying that Olamide is a Yahoo boy. I don't know how true that is, but they're saying if you're so morally right, why would you let your husband be signed under a record label that is owned by Olamide? Now, I don't know where that is coming from or
but
how
the
that
crux
is flying.
of that matter,
they called a lot of artists.
Yes,
Yahoo
and
boys
then we now got to the point where somebody was accusing Adekunle Gold of editing some files for Yahoo guys.
Yeah.
You know, and he's coming out to say he doesn't know what they're talking about. That's basically the crux of the matter.
Yes, okay, so very interesting indeed, and he has said he doesn't know anything about it, but what was interesting about it is the fact that there was some kind of banter between, on social media, between Adekunle himself and the accuser himself, you know, so this is really, really interesting indeed, because as far as Adekunle Gold is concerned, he has no recollection. In fact, he was being very sarcastic or humorous when he said, you know, oh, that's news to me or something like that. Did you guys see that? Yes. Ife, what's your take on this whole story?
Well, I'm fully in support of Simi, because regardless of how you look at it, this whole internet fraud thing has already started putting Nigeria in a very negative light globally. Yes, and that's the reason why a lot of things are not working out for us when we step out of the shores of this country. Now, imagine the Yahoo guy that broke the city. So you're proud to be a fraudster and you're putting it out there. I don't know if you guys saw the documentary of the Ghanaians where some Americans came to do a documentary on some Ghanaians on internet fraudsters, and they were actually giving details of how they used to defraud people of their money, and they got arrested afterwards. I wish such actions could be taken against people that came out to start breaking CD, like showing us evidence that, yeah, I'm a Yahoo boy and I'm proud of it, because she was absolutely making sense. And she's saying that, okay, if you want to, because people were telling her that it is the same Yahoo boys that buy your CDs, they're the ones that buy the tickets to your shows. You know, most of these people have shows and they put their tables for 3 million. Do you think a regular person with a regular job would just go and buy a 3 million naira table? You get what I mean? So it's still the same people. So they were trying to say, but that is not an excuse for fraudulent activities. And I think she was making sense. And I think everybody in their right senses should have just picked the sense out of it. And even if you're affected by it's not like whatever she said would stop you from doing what you were already doing or what you choose to do. So I think everybody should have just been quiet about all of this. Then trying to drag Adekunle Gold into all of this is just crazy. Even if the so-called musicians are actually Yahoo boys, at least they are making it look legit, which makes them smarter than a whole lot of other people that are so jobless and they do fraud and they just hop in Benzes and drive around Lagos State without any, and then you get the police brutality and they are the first to come out. Of course they will brutalize you because you're driving a Benz and you have nothing to show for it. But if these musicians come out, even though they are Yahoo boys and they're driving a Benz, no police will be able to touch them because they have something to cover up. So I'm not teaching them how to cover up.
Because they have cover up, then that is not such a
I'm not saying no. That's no. You're getting the wrong.
Right.
What I want to ask is if you think like because they are saying that the majority of the people that attend her shows or that can afford, you know, to get the tables are the Yahoo boys. Do you think if by any chance, just hypothetically, it's not
this
like
would affect her?
It will affect her if they boycott her in any way, shape or form. Do
you think it's just Yahoo people that would? Yeah. And
no, I'm just saying like if he mobilizes them and says, okay,
even a lot of Yahoo boys are not even proud of what they do. So I'm sure it's just the ignorant ones that would come out and start commenting and putting themselves out there. So while you were saying the fact that they have something to cover up, does it justify what they're doing? That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that there's a difference, that even if they did it in the past and now they're into music and they're doing at least they're making something out of themselves. That was the point I was making. So
okay guys, thank you very much. Well, on that note, we're going to go on a break. When we come back, we'll have our either one more story or two more stories. We'll tell you when we're back. We'll be right back. You're watching Plus TV Africa, and this is Tea Time.
I loved the energy when I came in here. It was so positive. I was like, I can't live here.
My real names are Akbofyokobo, Akborobo Memere.
I think my father is a comedian because most times when he calls me, he's like, yo, make sure you use condom, you know, them girls out there.
So are you telling me I should have shot my shots?
Ife, you are my younger brother. Age is nothing but a number. What? I'm a vampire.
I believe in equal rights for women, and I also believe that a man is the head of the house, so we need to draw our limits somewhere.
It feels so good. Now can I do my jam now?
Yeah, you can. Thank you.
Welcome back. You're tuned to Plus TV Africa, where the big stories live, and you're watching Tea Time, which brings you the really big entertainment stories. Our next story is on Femi Kuti, who demands that Buhari should ban politicians from foreign medical trips.
How can Buhari ban himself?
Sorry? What?
How can Buhari ban himself?
Is that what I said?
No. Like, I mean, it just implies that he's going to ban
himself because if we have to look for politics, that went right over you.
I was just going to say, went right over my head. I'm back in this swing of things.
He's like the most traveled politician for medical reasons in Nigeria.
Yeah, but let's look at it, you know, like, seriously, should that really be the way it should be?
I was having a conversation with someone in the newsroom about this, and I said, if this can actually be implemented, if they say the criteria for attaining a political seat is that your children and your family must all attend government schools, they must be treated in government hospitals, they must, things would actually be better.
True.
Yeah, because that way you would focus all the money, all the energy you're spending on sending your kids abroad, because that's like the only reason why they are less concerned about the education sector of Nigeria and all of that. So imagine that was actually a criteria for attaining power of being in public service.
All right. Because sometimes it makes me wonder, most of our politicians are, to some extent, well-traveled.
Yes.
Like, they go out there, they see the
what's going on,
roads, they see the system, they see the infrastructure, they see everything. Is there nothing in them that tells them, can't we come back home to implement this thing? That's
greed won't let them see
my
that
question.
way.
Like, why can't you try to make your home this beautiful? So you won't even need to travel that much, or you travel just because you want to see the world.
That's why I have to say, one of my favorite politicians, I don't even know whether I should say this or not, but one of the things that I saw is that he traveled out and came back to this country and then introduced BRT, which is like similar to the London bus system in the UK. So I like the fact that he brought that, and then he tried to beautify a lot of a huge part.
To be honest, under Fashila's administration, a lot of things changed, especially in Lagos State.
Yeah, and I think he was really trying to make a
still under his
difference.
administration that Oshodi was cleared up.
and
Because
so many other places as well.
Because Oshodi was like more of a refuse dump.
Yes.
But under Fashila's administration, it became a very
decent.
Very decent.
So all I'm saying is, why we hope that this type of suggestion will be implemented. I don't think it will ever happen. While they travel, they should just try to come and implement those things.
Don't say it would never. That mindset
let me quickly say something
is the reason why it may never happen.
But the thing is, I'm not one of these people that think, okay, just because we want to do this or to make the country better, we should implement a law for all the... Because look at it from a different angle. If you work for a restaurant, you're entitled to eat food there, but you don't necessarily have to eat that particular food at that particular restaurant. So I'm saying, if someone comes into power, they don't necessarily have to...
Now we're saying for public service and public office. They're two different things. Public service, public office.
Okay, but at the end of the day, though, there are many good schools here in Lagos. International schools. Private.
Exactly.
Yes.
How many government schools can you say they're very good?
Are you saying that these government officials should send their children to
government schools? Like, let that be a criteria. As long as you want to be a public servant, you want to serve the public. Then make sure if you have kids, let them go to the government schools.
But that won't be democratic anymore.
If your kids are sick, let them. It
won't be democratic because you're imposing.
No, I'm not saying.
I know where you're coming from.
I'm not saying
implementing this is wrong, but I'm saying is is almost impossible. Because
okay.
you have, it's not like a country where, for example, Buhari will just come out and say, this is what I want to happen. He still has to pass it around how many people to approve. And these are people that enjoy from this thing you want
Which
to
is why
down.
we tell the young people,
all right, guys, we're out of time.
Involved in politics right now so that we can lend our voices and let them be part of the parliament. Then we can initiate this change.
That's where we're going to wrap up on afternoon edition of Tea Time. Before we go, allow me to quickly thank my co-anchors Ife, Elsie, for all of their interesting contributions on the program today. I can't forget the production team as well. I'm Tokunbo Taiwo saying thanks for watching.